first. I need me 6 foot plus.
Damn.
You gotta be working out. You gotta have tattoos. You gotta be dark skinned. I don't like talking to light skinned shit.
Bye, bitch. Back, bitch.
Bitch, you know
me
that.
At this point.
You know that.
You want Big Frankie at this point.
Okay, anyways. So, also you have to have something going for yourself. You just can't be broke. That's it.
Maybach music.
Is recording? Okay, cool. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Dy'Quell Dontae, and I'm back in staying like booty crack. As you guys can see by the title, we're about to talk about, well, I'm asking the question, why is it that a lot of us gay men are single? I thought of 5 things that I personally think that it's like why we are single, and it kind of comes from my experience, and most importantly just some of my knowledge of like what I think. If you guys like have like other things y'all feel like, you know, as to why we are single, feel free to put it in our comment section. For those of you that are new here, hit the subscribe button for me. I really appreciate that. I'm on the way to 1K, so yeah. But let's go ahead and get into it. But number 1, childhood trauma. I had to sit back and think about this because I feel like childhood trauma has a lot to do with why we all are single. All of us grew up in different households where like some families, they accepted us right away. Some families didn't. Some of us came out when we were asked, and some of us came out because we kind of felt like we was forced to. Either way, we all have our own story of how we came out, and I felt like it just affected us, and it kind of includes our childhood trauma. A lot of families don't accept the fact, they don't accept the whole gay thing. They don't accept none of that. It's really hard for us to comprehend when it's time for us to get out here and date, because you're not mentally there yet to love a person when you don't fully love yourself. So I feel like that's another reason why a lot of guys, like when you meet them and they be like, oh, I'm not looking for nothing right now. Some of that has a lot to do with childhood trauma. That's my only example that I have of as far as like childhood trauma, like just based off of how you were raised or how your family were towards gay people. Whether you know it or not, that should affect you, you know, because you are gay. Whether it affects you in a good way or a bad way. But I feel like that's another reason why we are just single. Like childhood trauma, we got to deal with it. We have to go to therapy for it. We have to talk to somebody about it. It's just a whole lot of shit. But that's number 1, childhood trauma. Number 2, hookup culture. I can attest to hookup culture because I used to be in it. Ain't no shame in my game, baby. Whenever I wanted the dick, I got it. Sex is so easily accessible. Like you can get sex anywhere. It's crazy. Like all you gotta do is download Grindr or Jack, and baby, you can get dick or some ass right away. But hookup culture is really big in the gay community, and I feel like the reason why it's like that is because, like, I don't know, we just grew up into like a heterosexual world where like all you see is a boy and a girl making out, or all you see is a heterosexual couple on your TV, you know, growing up as a kid. So it's just like we didn't really get to see like the gay side of things. Mind you, we are gay, so it's just like when it's like, you know, like once we get up age, we ready to have sex, like, and then like a lot of us, we just have high sex drives, and that's another reason as to why we just don't really date like that. Like we don't really look around. Sorry y'all if I keep putting on this thing. It's my first time wearing this turtleneck, and I'm trying to step it up my YouTube channel. A lot of guys look at it as if like, well shit, if I can get sex, I mean, I really don't want a relationship with anybody. And a lot of guys don't want to deal with the work that comes with it. A lot of guys describe it as it being stressful, and I get it. Number 3, the gay community being small. Now, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's not small. I feel like the gays that are out and that's proud and accept themselves, you're gonna look at it as small because it's not a lot of guys that's out here doing that. It's a lot of guys that's on the down low with it. That's why I feel like the gay community is small, but it's not at the same time, because I feel like it's oversaturated with a lot of men that just don't want to come out. You have some men that just never gonna come out, and you have the other kinds of men that are on their way to come out, but they just need time. Like, they just need time. But I personally do feel like the gay community is small. Like, I will have to break it down to that, because it's this guy that I'm friends with, right? I remember when we had first met or whatever, we was on the phone, we was on FaceTime, and we was talking about like, you know, not like, we wasn't really talking about the guys we slept with, but I don't know, it kind of led up to that conversation. And make a long story short, he done named 3 boys that I fucked, and I named him 3 boys, and he fucked them too. So it's just like, the gay community, it's just super small, and it's sex world and all that, because somebody that has somebody, like, it's just that small, honestly. So I just think that's like a good example to say for that one. But yeah, y'all, my lightning is going in and out, but we're gonna just roll with the punches. Number 4, as to why we are all single positions, sex positions to be exact. I can't even tell y'all as many great dudes that I ran into and they wanted to get to know me, and then we get to the conversation about sex, and then it's like, oh, I'm about him, oh, I'm about him too, and then it's just like, damn, it ain't gonna work. Like, people call it what, bumping purses, but I feel like we all miss out on like great opportunities with guys when we do that. And it's super hard saying that, and it sounds super hypocritical saying that, because I will literally cut you off if you tell me you're a bottom. Like, I will friend zone you quick. Like, it's so many of my friends that are my friends now, they're all bottoms, because I just cannot see myself like having intercourse with you. And like, I know it's a thing where like you could compromise, but sometimes you really want just that, and you can't really get just that because a person wants just that as well. So you gotta compromise and everything like that. I don't know, I feel like it's possible for that to happen, but I feel like I just need to grow up a little bit more for me to understand that. But me personally, as of now, I'm 22 years old, I just would rather deal with the top than the bottom, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't feel like compromising right now, and I'm being honest, I really don't. I don't have the time for it, I don't want to, but that's just me being transparent. I honestly do hope that my mindset change over time, but as of right now, I'm sticking to my truth, and right now I'm going to say that I'm going to date guys that are tops, period. That's just how I am right now. That's the space that I'm in right now, and I'm going to embrace that until otherwise. And the last one, I feel like a lot of us, while we are all single, is because of internalized homophobia. Let's get into this topic, because I be on TikTok, and I'm gonna show y'all some clips.
First, I need me 6 foot plus.
Now here's what I can't stand about our community. And you don't see this repeated in any other community ever. It's only a us thing. Y'all got a tendency of browbeating people into progression. You shouldn't want this because of heterosexual norms. You shouldn't want this because of internalized homophobia. You shouldn't want this. You shouldn't want that. You shouldn't want this. Listen, my preferences at 18 are nowhere where they are at 28. They had to evolve naturally. This boy looks all of 12 years old. He will see that that type that he's going after is not all it's cut out to be. And y'all need to let him have that experience. Stop telling people what they supposed to like and what they not supposed to like.
There's a lot of guys that be on there and they be like expressing their preferences, and that's what I looked at. I looked at it as it being a preference. Like, you know, a person don't want a fat person, or a person don't want a person that act feminine. But then I had to sit and think about it, like, well, hold on. Why you don't want why you're so picky about characteristics, their appearance? Now you're kind of judging them off of how they act. And it's just like, okay, you dealing with a lot of internalized homophobia. And I was reading some comments and I was researching or whatever, and basically what it means is, you know, like, we just grow, we like I said, it kind of deals with childhood trauma, like having your brain that being gay is not a good thing, so you only want to go for a guy that looks a certain way and that acts a certain way. Like, you only want a guy that acts masculine because that's all you saw growing up, so that's what attracts you. And there's nothing wrong with that, but then again, I just feel like it has a lot to do with internalized homophobia. I just feel like all men, straight guys, we all have feminine tendencies. You may not know it, or you may not see it, or it may not be visible for everybody else, but me personally, I feel like a lot of us have a lot of feminine traits with, you know, with all of us. But yeah, a lot of guys do not, they don't do it. And I get it, as far as the nails and hair, that's not your thing, that's cool, you know, stand on that. But it just becomes a problem when you start to involve like a personality into stuff, like, or you can't act this way, or you can't do this and that and third. Like, that's weird to me. I just think that has a lot to do with internalized homophobia, and I will go more into depth with that, but I think I'm gonna just leave that at that. I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was telling her, cause like growing up, I always had this thing in my head where like I was gonna get married, I was gonna have kids, I was gonna do this and that third with my significant other. And I'm 22 years old now, and you know, like I said, I've been in the dating world for a very long time, in and out. And I just come to the conclusion that I don't, not saying I don't want that for myself anymore, but I'm not having my hopes up. I'm not having my hopes high for it anymore. So like, I will be content if it never happens, because I was doing my research, and I think it was back in 2015 or 16, or probably earlier or later than that, gay marriage just got legalized. So like, I feel like it's not even gonna be a normal thing. I think centuries from now it'll be normalized, but as of right now it's still fresh, it's still new. So a lot of men are probably still hesitant on getting married with another man. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just in a space where I'm just not getting my hopes up for it. I'm just going to enjoy my life for what it is, and whatever happens, happens. Stay safe out here. Continue to be great, and yeah, I gotta go. Peace.
It ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no one for guessing. No.